Math 7, Lesson 5.5, Compare and Order Rational Numbers. Let's take a look at when we're comparing fractions or mixed number. There are different methods that we can use to do that. Method 1 is to find the lowest common denominator, rename, and compare. So let's compare 2/5 and 2/7. The first thing that we're going to do is find the lowest common denominator of those two fractions. So 5, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And 7, we have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So our lowest common denominator of 5 and 7 is 35. So we need to rename this fraction. And that is going to be 14/35, and rename this fraction. And that is going to be 10/35. So that means that this fraction is bigger, 2/5 is bigger than 2/7. Another method is to use cross products. So if we have 7/12 and 3/5, then we want to cross multiply. 5 times 7 is 35. 12 times 3 is 36. That means this one is going to be bigger. So it would be 7/12 is less than 3/5. I think that doing cross products is usually the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. Let's see, another way to do this is method 3, which is to rename the fraction and or the decimals. So if we have negative 44 hundredths and negative 2/7, we need to change one of those to the other form. So for example, in this one, I would probably change my negative 2/7 to a decimal. And we will actually work out this problem in our examples. Lastly, to compare and order mixed numbers, first we want to compare the integer parts. Then we want to compare the fraction parts. So let's just say that we were comparing 2 1/4 to 3 2/5. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to compare our whole numbers. So we're comparing the 2 to the 3. Well, we already know that the 2 is smaller, so we don't need to go any further. If, for example, it was 3 1/4 that we were comparing, then we would take a look at our first numbers, which is the 3 and the 3, and we would see those are the same, so that doesn't help us out. Then we would go to the fraction and we would compare the fractions, and then we would be able to determine which of these two numbers was bigger. Here are some examples. So number 1, we're going to compare negative 6/11 and negative 5/9. And the way that I'm going to do this one is I'm going to do this one by doing cross products. So I'm going to multiply 11 by negative 5, and that's going to give me a negative 55. And my 9 and my negative 6, and that's going to be a negative 54. Negative 55 is actually smaller than negative 54 because it's a negative. So it would be negative 6/11 is greater than negative 5/9. Number 2, I have two mixed numbers, so we're going to compare first of all our whole numbers, and our whole number here is 8 and our whole number here is 8, so those are the same. It's not going to help us out. And now we have to compare our fractions. So this one I'm going to compare by finding the least common denominator. So I have a 30 and a 15, so if I multiply this fraction by 2 over 2, I'm going to get a 4 over 30. Now I have a common denominator. So now I again compare my numbers, and it's 8 and 3/30ths compared with 8 and 4/30ths. I'll put this 8 right in there. So we can see that this one is going to be bigger. Number 3, compare as like terms in fraction or decimal form. Let's move this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to have to change the form of one of these two. So I'm going to turn the fraction into a decimal. So 2/7 turned into a decimal. 2 goes into, or 7 goes into 20 2 times. 8 is 56. So, and 6. So I'm going to have 60 again is going to be another 8. So that's going to round to 0.29. And 0.29 is less than 0.44. So that's how I did that one. Turn your fraction into a decimal. Number 4, first thing I'm going to do is compare whole numbers. I have a 2, and then essentially that's a 0. So I see right here I have an improper fraction, so I need to turn that into a proper fraction. And I would do this by saying how many times does 7 go into 17? It would be 2 and 3/7. So my 2's are the same, and so I'm going to be comparing my 4/9 to my 3/7, and I'm going to do this by cross multiplying. So that's going to be 28. This is going to be 27. So that means that this fraction is bigger. So that means that 2 and 4/9 is bigger than 17/7. Number 5, we want to write in order from least to greatest. So I have fractions and I have decimals. So I'm going to start by turning my 4.15 into a fraction, and that would be 4 and 15/100ths. And if I reduce that down, that's going to be 3/20ths. So now at least, so it would be 4 and 3/20ths. Now I have those at least all in the same form, and I need to find the common denominator. So I have a 5, I have a 10, and I have a 20. So just by looking at these, I know that 20 is going to be the common denominator. So then I need to turn 1/5 into 4/20ths, and 3/10 is going to be 6/20ths, and then I have 3, this right here is 4 and 3/20ths. So now I want to order these. So from lowest to greatest. So I have a 4, I have a 6, and I have a 3. So the 4.15, and I have to turn it back into the original form. So 4.15 5 is the lowest. The second lowest is going to be this one, and that was 4 1/5. Which means 4 3/10 is the greatest. Number 6, I'm going to turn this number right here into a mixed number, and that is going to be -1 5/6. So now all I have to do is first start by comparing the integers, and it's from least to greatest. So remember, if it's negative, your -4 3/5 is going to be the lowest number, then -3 2/3, and then -11/6. Remember, you have to turn it back into its original form.